Once dubbed the greatest outdoor cocktail party in the world, now I forget what they renamed it. It doesn't really matter. Nobody likes it. Mark Rogers TV on simply Georgia, Florida, the winner controls the SEC East. First, we look at Georgia, and we see a program that won the Sugar Bowl, finished in the top 5 in 2007. Since then, 8 wins, 9 wins a season most of the time, top 25 status, but certainly not what Georgia fans want. They want elite status, and we seem to expect it each season. And then comes the big thud. And the big thud for Mark Richt a couple weeks ago was at South Carolina, 35-7. We look at the offense, we see a lot of skill, a lot of talent all over the place, especially among the skill position players. Starting with quarterback Aaron Murray, 16 touchdowns, 4 picks, one of the best pocket passers in the nation, and a guy coming off his best game statistically in his career, 427 passing, 30 completions, 4 touchdowns, no picks against Kentucky. The disturbing thing for the Bulldogs is that they needed every ounce of Murray's effort to get past the lowly Wildcats 29-24. Murray supported in the running game by Keith Marshall and Todd Gurley. The fabulous freshmen got off to a great start, were running for huge yardage early in the season up until 2 weeks ago. Then they hit the South Carolina front, so that's certainly understandable. And then last week again against Kentucky, neither one of them got untracked. They both rushed for about 30 to 40 yards. So that's a concern. If they hit the freshman wall, or is the offensive line not performing? Because the offensive line preseason was supposed to be a concern. It turned out to perform very well early in the season, but again, against a very good South Carolina front 2 weeks ago, not so much. And then even against Kentucky, they struggled in the run game. And of course, they got Florida coming up, one of the best front sevens in the country. We turn to the defense. We don't know what's wrong because we've got NFL prospects all over the place. Jarvis Jones at outside linebacker, nicked up with an ankle, but he will play this Saturday. You've got Alec Ogletree, an exceptional player at linebacker, Sean Williams, and we could go down the line. Sean Williams at safety, probably a first-round NFL pick, and he called out his teammates this week for being soft. He knows Florida's going to come in very tough. Georgia's been soft, and that's been the legacy under Mark Richt. We look at Florida now, and we see the number 2 team in the BCS, and we see a revamped attitude, and we see quarterback Jeff Driskel controlling the offense. Not a Heisman candidate at $137 throwing per game, but maybe a national championship contending quarterback. He's got the legs, he makes big third down conversions, he's making the clutch throws, and again, $137 per game. He's not lighting it up, he's not carrying the offense on his back, but making smart decisions, making the right throws. 8 TDs, 1 pick for Jeff Driskel. At running back, Mike Gillislee, big yardage, battering ram of a running back, big yardage. They really needed him early on against some tough teams like Tennessee and Texas A&M when Driskel was still developing and obviously still is. Gillislee, though, in the last 2 weeks, much like Gurley and Marshall, has hit a wall. 65 yards against Vandy, 37 against South Carolina. And they rely solely on Mike Gillislee at running back. No other running back has more than 26 attempts for this Florida team. Driskel throws to Jordan Reed, his most dependable target, 26 catches, a couple touchdowns for Jordan Reed. Defensively, they've been dominant, and this is something that Will Muschamp called them out on during the offseason. For the first time since Tim Tebow, this team has an identity, and they're winning big games. LSU, South Carolina. The identity is toughness. Toughness defensively, toughness in the running game. The offensive line doing a great job. And again, defensively, against 2 of the great rushing teams, downhill rushing teams in the country for the past few years, South Carolina and LSU gained a total of 78 yards rushing total in those 2 games. Florida defensive lineman Dominic Easley said it best this week. He said, every night when I go to bed, I watch a loss from last season. I put it in the VCR, the DVD, whatever it is. I watch it. Guess which game he's been watching this week? Yeah, Georgia won it last year, 24-20. I love the attitude on this Florida team. They're playing for something. Georgia seems again to be lost. If you add up the NFL players on these 2 rosters, you probably get an equal number. But again, Florida's got the mojo working, Georgia not so much. Like the Gators, 27-17 in this matchup. Now I need to hear from you. Georgia, Florida, it's huge. on Mark Rogers TV.